Hello and welcome. Well, this has been a day that was long in the making. This is my first ride of my retirement bike. By way of explanation, last winter I purchased a new old stock aluminum frame with a chromoly fork, and I built it up using a combination of online sources and a few trips to my local bike shop. And they were very helpful and accommodating. Can't give them enough credit for that. I basically built this bike to suit my tastes and my needs, balancing cost and value. And the two are not always synonymous. So up top we've got MicroShift 2x10 shifters. The upper paddle here controls the high gears and the lower pedal controls the low gears, which makes it easy for a fellow like me to remember. The handlebar is an up-end bike, 420mm wide with compact drops. I got these really nice Tektro dual pivot brakes from my local bike shop. They gave me a good price on them. As I said earlier, Alex rims. These are double wall. They're alloy. And both the front and the rear have Shimano Claris hubs. Now granted, Shimano Claris is not top of the line, but it's not bottom of the barrel either. This goes back to that whole value versus cost. And in that light, I equipped it with Continental Ultra Sports. The crank set is a Shimano 50x34 Hollowtech crank set. And the front derailleur is a MicroShift R8, and out back we also have MicroShift components, an R9 rear derailleur. Despite the model numbers, this is set up for 10-speed on the back and a 2-speed on the front. I'm not sure why they named them as they did. The cassette is a Shimano TIG-welded. It's 1132. And up top here, I used the same model of carbon fiber saddle that I use on my Nishiki Maricopa. And I've put a couple of seasons on that, I think now. And it doesn't look comfortable, but with a pair of shorts with a chamois in it, it's great. I'm not sure how this shows up, but it's an Aspide or Aspide, A-S-P-I-D-E. The company name is San Marco, and that shows up fairly well. These are lightly padded, but what I find really helpful is the relief channel. So here we go, taking off, and yes, clipped in. Oh my gosh, second try. Haha! This is, if you haven't guessed, my first ride ever on clipless pedals. So I don't know why, but I had myself all worked up that this was going to be some sort of a monumental, difficult task. And yeah, there was some a learning curve involved, I guess you could say, some acclimation. But once I got into it, I kind of got the hang of it. And really, there's only one way that those pedals will go anyway, so it's not like there's a lot of fooling around here. And as we're going up this slight grade, I'm trying out the rear derailleur, and it seems to be shifting pretty well. And now I'm on the big ring up front, moving along at a moderate clip. If I recall, I was somewhere around 4th or 5th on the rear cogs. So sort of a medium effort on the big ring here. And oddly, for a Sunday afternoon during a stay-at-home situation, there's a lot of traffic coming along here. Yeah, doesn't look like it at the moment, but trust me. There, see? There goes a cop. State police. All kidding aside, yeah, more power to anybody out there who is performing essential work. You know, that's the weird thing. These are trying times, certainly, and I'm fortunate that up here in Maine we are still able to get out and about on a day like this. I'm really grateful to be out riding a bike. But you know, there's a lot of people throughout the country who are under much more of a restrictive situation than we are up here in Maine. And I do feel for those people, and I am genuinely grateful to everybody who's out there still making life livable for us. The grocery clerks and the paper carriers and, you know, folks like that. I'm not the first one to say this. I probably will not be the last. But when this all ends, and it will, I think we ought to have some sort of a national celebration recognizing these folks who we would normally not give a second glance to, but who kept things running for the rest of us. They deserve great recognition and kudos. I've also been keeping busy during the stay at home, work at home in my case as well, situation. I've built myself 4 brand new 4x8 raised garden beds, and I rehabilitated 3 existing 4x4 beds, and I've been working on my own little mini mountain bike trail out in my woods. I've got 4 acres to fool around with there. It's been keeping me busy. Not the kind of situation I ever anticipated myself being in, because, you know, who thinks that all of a sudden you're going to have this much time on your hands? But enough of the being morose here, because this is a beautiful spring day, and I'm out doing one of my very favorite things ever. I'm riding a bike, and so far this bike is performing beyond my expectations. I mean, I know how to fiddle around with bikes. I have been more or less self-taught, and I say that kind of guidedly because I was self-taught by watching a bunch of YouTube videos from experts. But I've always enjoyed fooling around with my hands, you know, machines of any sort. They give me pleasure when you can take something that isn't working and make it work, or you can take a bunch of parts like I did here and put them together, and all of a sudden, look, you got something cool. And yeah, I will say it, this is a cool bike. And there's some hubris there, yes, certain amount of pride, yes, but you know, it is what it is. I had fun building it, and now I'm going to have a lot of fun riding it. And this is at the bottom of a hill, so I kind of stopped. Honestly, at this point, I was uncertain about my ability to unclip and clip back in quickly. So I did kind of a rolling stop there. But if you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help the channel quite a bit. There's a link below left for the playlist for this retirement bike. Additionally, there is a link to another video I think you'll enjoy. And remember, you're not alone here. We are all in this together, and we will get through it together. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. Goodbye.